Actually, kaming dalawa, nung first day namin sa trabaho, nilagnat kami. Talagang hard labor siya. No?
Kasi yung iba daw, ang sabi ng iba, alam mo ate, umiiyak ako nung una kong nahawakan yung walis na yan kasi I felt bad. Bakit ko to ginagawa? Wherein sa Philippines, ako yung nagmamando, ganyan-ganyan.
Guys, here in a nutshell with me, Ina, ang ating kakwentuhan in this episode. Isa, I'm sure, kilala ninyo, lalo na kung kayo ay aking suki dito sa ating channel. Naku, sakto, today happens to be their 10th anniversary dito sa Canada. Isang dekada na po silang mag-asawa dito sa Canada. So, simpleng kwentuhan lang ito. How has life changed for this couple who moved to Canada a decade ago? Yan po ang ating pag-uusapan kasama si Kuya Nick at ang kanyang Commander-in-Chief, si Ate Oshin. Ayan, hi Ate Oshin, Kuya Nick. Nick and Oshin's son. Okay. Welcome guys. So Ate Oshin, this is your first time. Welcome and thank you so much at nandito ka today.
Hello everyone. So once again, salamat Ina for having us. And also thank you very much din for greeting us our happy 10th year anniversary dito sa Canada. To be exact, 2016 po kami dumating dito. Still remembering the 1-month-old baby at saka 9-year-old son.
Yes. Oo. Ang bilis lang ba lumipas? Hindi mo isipin na nakasampung taon na, ano nangyari?
Yun nga, sobrang bilis lang. Akalain mo yung anak namin ngayon, 10 years old. So yun ang batayan namin. Kung ilang taon na yung anak namin bunso. At the same time, yung ang daming challenges. Ang daming mga blessings, paghihirap, but still, hindi mo talaga manuing panahon eh. Sobrang bilis lang.
Yeah, oo. By the way guys, alam nyo ba? Siyempre, ang tagal ko nang nakakakwentuhan lagi si Kuya Nick, lalo na, dito sa ating channel. I think more than 1 year na, siguro 2 years na rin, Kuya Nick, I don't know, na nag-uusap tayo. Nag-meet kami in person finally for the first time. Just a few days ago, ito yung picture namin, sumulpot ako bigla dun sa kanilang bahay. Medyo, sinabihan ko lang siya siguro an hour before, dyan sa bandang Niagara Falls. Okay, ayan, yung picture namin.
Yeah, proof talaga yan.
Pag-gets namin, I was in Niagara Falls area kasi touring my brother's family. So sabi ko, Kuya Nick, nasan ka? Ayun, sumakto naman at may oras silang dalawang mag-asawa. Thank you din, Ate Oshin, at medyo biglaan akong nagpakita sa inyo.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor and pleasure din na ma-meet namin tulad ng blessed din namin to have you as our friend.
Yeah.
Sabi ko lang next time, dapat mag-overnight Hindi pwede yung eat and run.
Nag-eat and run ako. Ay, pero grabe ka, Kuya Nick, isang pirasong chicken na lang yung kinain ko, Talagang mabilis lang, But anyway, sige, let's go back to your story. Si Ate Oshin, ano ba nagdala sa inyo dito sa Canada 10 years ago? Why did you move to Canada?
Ay, nako. Bakit?
Walang tissue.
Walang umiyak?
Sige,
I think si Kuya Nicky yung best person to share about this kasi as a mom, I think talagang medyo emotional ako in terms of this topic. I still keep going back to the incident na nangyari, and then we were doing good sa Philippines with our work, and then suddenly things just happened out of nowhere na hindi man lang namin in-expect. So yeah, si Kuya Nicky na po yung magtuloy ng kwento.
Magkwento. So, ito yung sinasabi na, alam mo yun, ang blessings binibigay, Pero if you forget to be thankful for the blessings that He has given us, talagang God has the ability to change everything in a snap. Like I said, we have good, buhay namin doon, may trabaho, okay yung trabaho niya as a finance manager, si CPA kasi si Miss Oshin, ako naman nasa IT yung field ko, okay naman full-time, may bahay, may kotse, lahat. And then, we tend to forget about, giving thanks. And so yun, nangyari po ay yung second child po namin, kinuha ni Lord. May angel kami, 21 days old po siya. Now, we did negatively at first, kasi nga po, syempre, sino bang gustong nangyari yon? But, ang galing ni Lord kasi nga, He has a reasons for everything. Kasi kung hindi man nangyari yun, wala kami sa Canada. We don't have plans to come to Canada, Miss Ina. Wala kaming plans talagang mag-Canada. Kasi nga, okay yung trabaho namin eh. And suddenly, nag-collapse kami. Yung marriage namin, we become, alam mo yun, parang under the bridge. Kumbaga, masakit para sa akin as a guy, as a husband, as a dad na mawalan din. But I need to be strong. Kasi nga po, as parang haligi ng tahanan, kailangan kong maging matatag. Kasi nga po, isa to sa mga pagsubok. And we are still a young couple. We were like 32 years old that time.
Yeah.
So it was a challenge for us. And then we decided, you know what, meron din kaming nangyari yun. So si Miss Oshin, hindi rin siya, nag-stop din siya ng trabaho kasi nga very overwhelming yung pangyayari namin. Ako din, we decided to create a business outside our house. Meron kaming konting barbecuehan, alam mo yun, just to be with the family. No, and yun na, meron din kaming mga spiritual community din na tumutulong din sa amin. And happily naman, after a year, may angel kami ulit dumating, pero this one is a living angel. So meron kaming another baby na dumating noon. Yeah. So kwento ko lang din, no? We were decided to leave the Philippines kasi nga we wanna start fresh. We want to forget about everything nangyari. So makalimot. So one way for us to do that is to, alam mo yun, ayaw namin makita yung bahay, yung kwarto, alam mo yung mga damit. So we went to several agencies. So nagtanong din kami about Australia, UK, Canada, USA. But you know, that time kasi student visa is not very popular. So talagang sinabi lang nila na you can apply as an immigrant, you can apply as a worker. Ayun, but we did our research din about study visa. Nung nagtanong kami about study visa, they don't really know about it then. And just fast forward na napunti si Miss Oshin, and then eto lang po, na-approve yung Canadian visa namin. To be exact is March 25, 2016.
Okay.
Tapos, nanganak si Mrs. ko March 27, 2016. So, nung pagka-approve ng visa, gusto namin umalis na. Kaya lang, walang doktor na gusto mag-sign na waiver na she's fit to fly.
I see. Wow, ganun. Okay. Ayun. So, ang landing ninyo instead, you had to wait a little while. So, May 19. Kaya nga, sakto talaga guys, on the day we are recording this episode.
Yes, kasi we need to wait for the passport. We need to process the passport. And Miss Oshin, I think, breaking record dati, the fastest, passport na na-process nila.
Yeah, we were supposed to be added sa Guinness Book of Record ba yan? Or Guinness World of Record.
Totoo
But
ba?
then, yes, na-beat lang tayo ng newborn child from Vietnam, if I'm not mistaken. So parang ganun ata kasi parang nag-reach out din sa amin. And then, hindi natuloy kasi parang may nakapag-beat daw ng record for the earliest baby to have a passport.
Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Wow, sayang, muntik na. Okay. Well, anyway, so you ended up in Canada. And guys, baka napanood din nila dati kasi yung episode ko with Kuya Nick, pero sobrang tagal na kasi nun, Kuya Nick, Sabi nga ni Kuya Nick, at that time they arrived here, hindi pa uso yung student, maging international student. Itong nakikita natin over the recent years. So si Kuya Nick, nung dumating siya dito, sino ba yung nag-aral ulit? Si Kuya Nick, right?
Si Ate Oshin.
Kuya Nick, ikaw yung nag-aral, di ba? Si Ate Oshin.
Siya yung nabudol.
I thought si Kuya Nick, okay. Okay. At that time, Konti, can you describe to us yung laki ng Filipino community international student population kung saan ka man nag-aral? Marami na ba kayo? O konti?
Ako pa lang yung nag-iisang Filipino international student back then, 2016. So most of my classmates, Indian sila lahat. Siguro may dalawang Nigerian lang and then remaining, the rest of the classrooms, yon Indian sila lahat. Tapos, we don't have Facebook groups that time. Actually, nag-start na kasi that's where we started the Study DIY PH. Yung pinakaunang group na kinreate namin during our flight here, papuntang Canada. So, 10 years na rin pala ang Study DIY na ginawa naming Sun Unity Community. So, wala pang masyadong Facebook forum. What we used before was the Canada Visa Forum. Very traditional. Alam mo yung mag-aantay ka kung kailan nag-reply, yung kausap mo or yung post mo kung kailan nasagot. So, it's very traditional and kahit naman na traditional yun, actually that was our reference pa rin kahit until BR application. So, rin naman siya. Pero very few. So, ako lang nung first year. Second year, dalawa kami ni Jake, yung from Cebu. And then third year, tsaka na, parang nagkaroon na ng maraming students na graduate na ako doon sa school.
Oo. Nung panahon na yun, parang mga online forums pa lang siguro yung available, no? Yung forums.
Exactly. Online forums pa lang. And you would have to go by your nickname kasi yun nga, kumbaga iba din yung setup nung sa online forum. So, yun.
Alright.
Very difficult.
Okay. So, at that time, ano yung expectations ninyong dalawa? Anybody can answer. About ano ang buhay na pumasok dito bilang international student, tas kasama yung pamilya. What were you thinking will come out of it? Yung expectations ninyo? Winnie ko.
Umpisahan ko, no? I mean, coming here as a newcomer, no, different industry din na papasukan namin. Kasi nga po, ang Canada, they're very particular about when you apply a job, they will ask, do you have a Canadian experience? So, mahirap at first. No, pero nga po, there's a lot of uncertainties na let's just say na hinaharap namin, pero sabi nga namin na hindi naman kami ilalagay ni Lord ng hindi namin kakayanin. No? First naman po, isa kami sa siguro mga international student na family pumunta dito na talagang dumaan din sa hirap. No? I'm not saying na yung iba kailangan talagang maghirap. No, maraming mga international student din na family dumating dito na they have a good jobs right away. No, but yun nga po, dahil dayo po tayo dito sa Canada, expectation po talaga namin na we will start from scratch, which is we did.
Yeah. Can you share to us yung mga early struggles ninyo? Kasi ngayon, syempre successful ang mga negosyo ni Kuya Nick, no? Pumunta kayo sa Facebook page niya, ang dami niyang negosyo sa iba't ibang mga larangan. Can you give us an idea lang, Kuya Nick, of what you have been able to build, dito sa Canada?
Siyempre, these are the blessings of the Lord. So, meron po kaming pinaka-first Filipino pizza place dito sa Niagara Falls Pizzeria. It's called Pizza and Fry Corner. Meron kaming, I think, 6 to 8 international students na natutulungan din namin sila. Meron din kaming immigration business, which is ito nga si Ocean as an RCIC. And we've been doing this for the last 10 years. The moment na, even at the airport, we're just trying to share our experience. And then that part, it went, alam mo yun, lumaki ng lumaki, and then everything is history about the immigration side namin. Paano kami tumutulong. The difference with us kasi we did we undergo the process from the transition from student to PR to citizen. Kaya we can really share everything that we experience namin. And also meron din kaming mga rental properties, no? Rental properties, ito yung mga rentahan ng mga international student, short term, long term, no? Importante po meron silang mapupuntahan once they arrive. So these are just the businesses na namin. Like I said, we don't need to tell everything, but yun nga, with God's blessings, ito yung ni Lord. Yan.
Oo. Guys, yung kanilang email pala nung immigration business, ayan, si Ate Ocean is an RCIC. Kuya Nick, ang katandem niya na isa naman pong education consultant. Yan po yung email nila sa ibaba. info@sununityimmigration.com. Okay, if you wanna get in touch with them. Now, kasi tinanong ko talaga yun, Kuya Nick, para lang malaman nila that it was not an easy journey getting to where you are right now. Sabi mo nga, like many people, you also had your struggles early on in your Canadian life here. Sige, anong masishare nyo? Ano yung mga pinagdaanan ninyo dati?
Ayan. So, umpisahan ko, no, kasi ito si Miss Oshin, she will not follow. Yung pinaka-experience talaga dito is how you manage your time with kids. Now, yes, jobs, madali lang naman mag-apply, pero since na-limit yung actions namin kasi may baby kami eh. No, I need to find a job na panggabi kasi Miss Oshin, kailangan niya pumasok sa umaga. Ako naman, alam mo yun, we need to help each other and we need to manage our time. So, finding a job na panggabi, the only job na available are yung mga fast food na 24 hours na fast food or yung mga factory na nag-ooperate ng 24 hours. So, yun ang mga jobs na kaya kong gawin. It's not because dun lang yung kaya kong ilaban yung aking sarili, but I was limited because that's the only time that I can offer dahil nga mayroon kaming mga kids with us.
Yeah. Oo. Ate Ocean, ikaw, naalala mo pa yung early days niyo dito? Paano yung routine mo? Nakapag part-time work ka pa ba? Siyempre, new baby yun. Ang hirap din, ano?
Minsan nga, Miss Ina, parang nakalimutan ko ata that time na kaka 1 month ko pa lang pala na nanganak. Kumbaga, there were a lot of times na akala ko normal lang na nagiging sad ka. Pero as I go back, parang naisip ko postpartum na nga ata yun.
Yeah.
Alam mo yung hindi mo alam kung ano yung mafe-feel mo. You're in a brand new country with a baby trying to study, blending the environment. And then at the same time, nag-work din ako doon sa previous company ko pa, sa Australian company. So, I'm still doing the full-time work for at least 6 months nung dumating kami dito. And at the same time, so after ng class ko, nag-work din ako sa factory.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yung class ko nag-e-end ng 3 p.m. And then hinahabol ko yung bus ko or sometimes yung father-in-law ko, sinusundo, dinadaanan niya ako sa school. So nag-work ako sa same factory kung saan nag-work si Nick. Tapos nagpapalitan lang kami, Miss Ina, literal na palitan na nagkikita kami ng say hi, hello. Kasi matapos yung shift ko ng 12, siya naman papasok ng 12. So yun na yung literal na turnover namin. Hi, yung baby kumain na. Hi, yung panganay okay na. Ganon talaga, as in ganon yung time namin na matching that time. And then dun ko parang, I think the good thing din kasi hindi ko naman siya inisip na parang mahirap that time. So siguro I was guided by the Lord talaga to think on a bigger lens na hindi mo inisip na hawak-hawak mo yung mahabang walis just to clean the warehouse na ikaw lang mag-isa. Kasi yung iba daw, ang sabi ng iba, alam mo ate, umiiyak ako nung una kong nahawakan yung walis na yan kasi I felt bad. Bakit ko to ginagawa? Wherein sa Philippines, ako yung nagmamando, ganyan-ganyan. So, to be honest, hindi ko naman naramdaman yun. So, I was really focused on what I was doing kasi talagang naging busy din naman ako sa school. And hindi ko makakalimutan yung sinabi ng isang pilot ng Philippine Airlines na nandun din nag-work. Sabi niya, alam mo, Oshin, okay lang yan kasi pambayad ng bills yan. Ako, I've been working here for 20 years. Dati akong pilot sa Philippine Airlines and I'm content with what I have. So sabi niya talagang ganun. Huwag mong isipin na low-time job ito kasi minsan kung hindi ako naglilinis ng warehouse, tagadikit ako ng sticker na mga label doon sa mga isi-ship via FedEx. So, yun lang yung ginagawa ko minsan.
Go ahead, Twinnie.
Actually, kaming dalawa, nung first day namin sa trabaho, nilagnat kami.
Yes, nilagnat kami.
Oo, talagang hard labor siya. No? It's a conveyor machine. So, 4 yung conveyor na, alam mo yung trash bin natin na may saradong ano. Yun ang lumalabas na kailangan namin i-QA, ilalagay sa box, ilalagay sa skid. So, mahirap siya in a sense kasi physical labor siya. Hindi kami sanay sa physical because yun nga, sa Pilipinas nga, IT, nasa computer lang. But here, inisip namin, we need something to start with. Kailangan namin ng pera, pambili ng gatas, pangbayad ng tuition fee. No, talagang we really create a game plan bago kami pumunta sa Canada. Siguro, yun yung difference namin sa ibang mga international student. And we wanted to influence them na yung plano pagpunta dito, dapat sa Pilipinas, hindi yung pagdating dito na lang kayo magplano.
Oo, okay. Actually, yun nung, I guess related na dyan yung sunod kong tanong, ano. Baka sabihin kasi nung iba, kumbaga, how did you plan it? Yan, how did you plan it, Kuya Nick? Kasi nga maraming dumarating dito, or dumating na, lalo na in the recent years na pinapadala na lang ng mga agents nila, o kung consultant man yan, tapos with false promises na life would be very easy when you get here, yung mga ganyan. How did you prepare?
So through advertisement kasi nila, like say wala pang advertisements yung about student before, but yun nga, Canada is so good, alam mo yun, ang laki ng kikitain niyo doon, ito yung minimum wage, so imagine niyo po parang yung isang oras dito, ganito dito, isang araw na dito. So this is how they sell other countries as well din naman eh.
Mm-hmm.
No, but kami kasi ni Miss Ocean, we're very risk taker kami, Miss Ina. But we're a type of couple na we really dig deeper, no, sa isang papasukan namin. If it fail, it fails. If it go well, it will go well, no. But we never say na hindi namin susubukan. So nilibot namin Ortigas, Quezon City, Cubao, Makati, lahat po, Mapaalabang, lahat ng agency na nag-offer ng migrating abroad, no, as a worker, pinuntahan namin. And nagbayad kami.
Oo.
Pero doon na namin nalaman, first, wala kaming licensed consultant nakakausap. Mga staff lang.
I see.
Like, before you can talk to them, you need to pay. Magkano yun, ma'am? Around 3,000? 4,000 ba yun?
4,000 pesos.
Yes.
Oo.
And they're
kada consult at that time?
Yes, kada
consult. Mahal na rin yun, no?
I know. Kasi nga, right now, alam namin yung value nga ng pera ng pinagdadaanan din ng iba. Kasi nga, ginagawa din nila to. Pumupunta din sila sa mga consultancy eh. But, going back doon, sabi nga namin, bakit pare-parehas yung sinasabi nila? Bakit hindi nila alam about student option? So, nung nag-research kami, yun nga, nalaman namin na, okay, ito pala yung pwede pala that time, pwede pa magdala yung ng asawa, kahit na private yung school, no? Pwedeng yung isa mag-work, yung isa mag-aral. So we really did our research na, uy, ma'am, ito, pagdating dapat dito, dapat within the month, magtrabaho na ako kasi nga para may income. So as an accountant wife, merong accountant wife, we really put the numbers sa Excel. Now we need to have this right away. It doesn't matter, alam mo yun, kung anong trabaho, basta makatapagtrabaho tayo. But yun nga po, I'm not saying na we had a perfect plan. Meron po kaming part sa plano namin na it failed. Kasi nga po, siyempre, we're eyeing for certain jobs kasi nga, alam na namin what are the skill job before. But we cannot find that skill job because of the scenario nga. Meron nga kaming mga chikiting patrol na inalagahan pa namin. Ayun. So,
very limited opportunities.
When did things start to turn around for you guys dito sa Canada? And alala nyo pa ba, on year 5 ba yan, na medyo, gumagaan na yung buhay dito?
Yeah. Actually, kasi na-PR kami, Ina, in less than 2 years. I think 1 year and 8 months pa or 9 months pa. That time. So wala pang 2 years, naging PR kami. Hindi pa nag-graduate si Miss Ocean, na-PR na kami through me. Palagi ko nga nire-remind Ina.
Lagi mo team yan, Miss Ina. Nakakainis.
Ang dahilan bakit kami na-PR eh.
Siya daw ang dahilan.
Yes.
Okay, diba? Anong naging pathway ng PR? Anong PR pathway niyo, Kuya Nick?
Canadian Experience Class. No? So, there are certain skill job. Now, once again po, you need to do your research then about the skill job kasi ang daming changes din. Pabago-bago, may natanggal, may nadagdag. So, that time, kasi I am an IT din, so I have multiple jobs din dito. And then, after 6 months, no, nakahanap ako ng skill job din na related sa field ko. Pero siguro ma'am, i-share mo paano ba natin sinurpass yung may mga kids? Ano bang ginawa nating game plan?
Yung ginawa naming game plan, Miss Ina, actually in-apply ko yung mom ko here as tourist visa. So,
Okay.
siya yung nakatulong sa amin to start looking for, ano ba, ayoko tawaging official job na alam mo yung alignment doon sa goal mo, pero a job that would fall on the categories of year 0, 1, 2, 3.
Mhm.
Nasa
Okay.
listahan doon. So for me, as an international student, ang challenge ko is that I cannot find a full-time job. And yun yung hinahanap nila talaga dito. So aside from nagja-juggle ka ng school, tapos taking care of the baby and another part-time job, so hindi kami makapag-apply. Literally, sinik. Alam mo ba, Miss Ina, nahuli ko sila natutulog sa sahig. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. So,
Oo.
sabi ko, bakit kayo sa sahig natutulog? Ilang beses na palang nalalaglag si Eya at nababagok yung ulo sa sahig. Kasi nga,
Oh my gosh.
pagdating ko, yung baby na yung nagbabantay sa kanya. So,
Oo.
guys, it was really a tough life back then.
Yeah.
Pero yes, kinaya namin. And I'm sure everyone out there na mga may dalang newborn dito sa Canada and trying to survive, kayang-kaya talaga. So, yun
Oo.
yung side story no na kaya nga naisip ko, kaya ba ganito yung ugali ni Iya? So, yun. And
So
then,
so ibig sabihin natin, Ocean, when your mom came, things
after 6
became
months,
easier na, medyo dumali na.
a
Okay.
little bit,
Nag-expect ba?
oo. Yeah.
Ito yung sinasabi namin ni Ines, sinishare namin sa inyo na pwede palang magpapunta ng kamag-anak dito, like yung parents or kapatid, to help you, especially if you have kids,
Yeah.
tourists. And then, ilang beses natin sa in-extend ata, twice ata, no? So,
Twice namin siya
here
in-extend.
for at least more than a year.
More than a year and a
Right.
half, almost.
Pero yung turnaround time talaga about sa business namin. Kasi nga, while we are working, alam mo yung mga Pilipino, mas maraming kwento kaysa trabaho din. No? So, alam mo yun, sa factory, lahat ng mga klaseng Filipino nandun, may mga professional, may mga caregiver, pero still, you're doing the same thing. Pero yun nga, sinishare nila yung experience na dapat ganitong gawin nyo, dapat ganito, huwag kayong ganito. So, we're very thankful na kasi nga, nagamit namin yung mga advices na yun. So, that's why sinasabi namin to sa mga bagong dating din, listen sa mga nandito na rin. No? They are the best person can teach you kung ma-experience nila. But, by end of the day, it's your decision. No?
Right.
I'm not saying na sundin nyo sila, pero learn from it, but by end of the day, it's your decision if you wanna pursue or not. Pero yung twist talaga nun is, nagtatanong ka sila, paano kayo pumunta dito? International yung asawa mo, ba't ang sobrang bilis? So, kasi it's a new process for them.
Hindi nila alam at that time. Oo, yung dinaanan.
Pwede palang ganito, ganyan. So, kami ni Miss Osin, parang normal lang sa amin i-share yung knowledge. Kasi nga, nadaanan namin eh. Tapos, hindi namin nakalain na sa dami na nagtatanong namin, sa amin, nagpapatulong. So, ang dami na rin namin natulungan paano mag-DIY para makapunta dito. So, in less than 2 years, ang dami namin napapunta dito by just sharing.
Right.
Sharing our experience.
Oo, in fairness guys, no, kahit na merong immigration company, ayan, si Kuya Nick, Ate Oshin, noon pa man si Kuya Nick would always advocate for DIY din.
Yes.
In my episodes with him, lalo na nung mga early episodes natin, naalala ko yan. He would advocate for DIYs. Oo. Ate Oshin, since ikaw ay isang consultant, I'm sure you have talked to many aspiring immigrants dito, mga newcomers din. Do you think, humirap ba talaga ngayon ang buhay ng mga newcomers? Or is it really the same, ibang uri lang ng struggle? Ano ba? How would you describe it? Do newcomers today have it harder ba talaga?
Harder in terms of settlement ba in Canada or blending?
Sige, you can siguro sa surviving day-to-day, number 1. And number 2, I think sa PR pathway, clear yung answer dyan. Pero sige, I let you explain natin.
Yeah, so Ngayon kasi, actually madaming nagtatanong, is it worth it ba to come to Canada? So Canada has been our home for 10 years and I would always say yes po, it's still worth it to come to Canada. I wouldn't use the word harder at the moment kasi I always believe na yung mga policies in place kasi may mga purposes kasi talaga siya. So it could be na na-taken advantage yung mga other streams by other individuals as well. And yun yung naging result ngayon at this time na medyo naghigpit and we see actually this time nga compared before, parang naging streamline yung in terms of PR pathway kasi may mga categories na specific for different skills area. So, but before wala siya, general category lang ng foreign work, talagang CEC, kung CEC lang yung papasukan mo. Right now, hindi kayo tatambak sa CEC as a bucket. So you have your opportunity na kung healthcare ka, may healthcare na category, trades, and then so on and so forth. So hindi naman Miss Ina parang humirap, it's more on naging streamline lang yung hinahanap nila na tao with each different skill set.
Oo. Actually, yan din yung observation ko, especially for those na wala pa dito. I think the immigration policy now is clearer on who it wants to attract. Diba? So, as an applicant, alam, mas klaro na sa'yo kung ang skills mo ay magiging okay ka sa Canada for a PR pathway. Parang ganun ang dating sa akin. Ano? Mas nahihirapan lang talaga yung kasalukuyang nandito na hindi pa PR. Oo nga, okay. Yung day-to-day struggles, Ate Oshin, hindi yung PR pathway, palagay mo, pareho din? O mas
day-to-day struggles, I think, naku, baka mag-bash ako at ma-quote and quote ako. Parang ang daming opportunities this time kumpara before. Yeah. Kasi before, when we were applying, so laging ang napupuntahan namin, or maybe it's just because of the limitation of time, is laging more on factory, warehouse, and we're very thankful about that opportunity. So whatever job nga, sabi nila, as long as it helps you pay the bills and hindi siya illegal na job, so kumbaga, yun, okay siya. This time kasi, ang daming mga BPOs din, ang daming mga nagsusulputan ng mga work from home jobs. So, business management consulting. And to be honest, medyo na-amaze ako sa mga bagong dating ngayon kasi they were able to secure a job, government job, na in relation to IT. Talagang nakakalan sila even though kakarating pa lang nila dito. So we have a lot of examples for international students and spouses na nakakakuha talaga nung siguro dream job na nila kung tatawagin natin kasi they're staying on their lane. Kumbaga, hindi nila kailangang lumipat from siguro business management na naging, sabihin na natin, grilled cook, kagaya ni Kuya Nikki. So, yung mga ganong instances, this time, I think mas open yung market ngayon and yung opportunity.
No, I love hearing that, Ate Oshin, sa totoo lang. At naniniwala din ako dyan, ano. At ang belief ko dyan, itong mga nakakuha ng medyo magaganda na agad na trabaho o dun sa lane nga ng kanila ng pinanggalingang trabaho din, sila yung nananahimik lang pero happy na dumating dito sa Canada. Mga living in peace outside social media, hindi sila masyado post, no? Oo nga. Ay nako, you know what, sa totoo lang, ang dami ko pang pwedeng itanong. Pero umabot na agad tayo, ang bilis. Ano ba yan? Ng more than half an hour. Siguro, saan ba kayo pwede i-follow? Yung si Ate Oshin and Sun Unity na Facebook page or saan ba para makontakt kayo?
Yes. So you can search us sa Facebook po, Sun Unity Immigration. You can also search me, Nick Sun, and Ate Oshin, ang ating Inday RCIC. So shout out sa mga Bisaya din. So we're both Bisaya. No, si Ate Oshin po is from Bohol, ako naman po is from Mindanao. But we met each other sa Manila. So parang Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao na rin kami. You can talk to us in Bisaya then if you want. Yes. But our phone numbers po nasa Facebook, nasa website. Meron po kaming free one-on-one consultation with me. Kasi ginawa namin, Ina, is bago sila pupunta kay Miss Oshin, baka naman kasi yung tanong ng mga tao is hindi naman, kaya kong sagutin as an education consultant.
Yeah, oo. Lalo na for international students, kasi nga education consultant si Kuya Nicole.
I'm not allowed to even ask for payment. Kasi the
Right.
only person can ask for payment is the lawyer, the consultant regarding immigration. So be mindful po. You can also check the background. And yun nga, Miss Ina is yung proud to say si Miss Oceania, she's the only princess na licensed RCIC. You can search her sa public registry ng mga RCIC, no? You can write the name princess, siya lang po yung lalabas doon.
Yan.
The
Oo.
license.
Huwag Oshin ang hanapin ninyo, princess. Yung full real
Real
name. Ano. Okay. Well, thank you so much, no? Again, ang sarap balik-balikan ng mga nangyayari early on in your
Yes.
life here in Canada, no? For those who might want to share your experiences also, yung early struggles ninyo, tas ikwento nyo na rin how things have turned around later on, ilagay nyo dyan sa comment section. No? I would love to hear them too. But for now, dito na muna, parang bitin yung episode natin, pero matagal na rin kasi, no? Thank you so much na muna. Siguro we can have another episode with Ate Oshin or Kuya Nick but next time. Okay? Bye-bye na muna tayo. Thank you both so much for sharing your story. I'll end this episode here. See you guys in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye!